Welcome to the Serengeti. With fucking great Triple H. It's gonna leave a mark. Oh yeah, man.
Proceed with caution.
It's basic mathematics, man.
Shut up, bitch. Give me a fucking mic.
Hey, yo.
All right, for a minute there, I thought we lost him. Whoa!
Hey, yo.
Let's get into it. Let me tell you.
Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
First and foremost, I apologize again. Like, I'm going to be busy this month. Really, it's going to be like that this year. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to take care of shit and trying to make moves out here. So, forgive me. All right? This is like a hobby. I do it when I have time or if I'm in the mood. You know what I mean? If I feel like talking, yapping about wrestling. All right? With this case, Roman Reigns, right? He was on Pat McAfee's show last week, and I know I'm late, right? But it still coincides with what happened this week with Over the Hill Phil on Raw, right? Or him winning the Rumble here, going on to WrestleMania 42 to main event another WrestleMania. He was on the Pat McAfee show. He made some comments that made me want to do a reaction video. Basically, I know you guys, some of you guys like this type of video, this format, you know, where I come in and get my 2 cents in. Because he was saying shit that I already knew. Like, this ain't nothing new to me. I mean, or anybody that has like common sense. You know what I mean? That watched this shit and sees the new standard of mediocrity getting pushed. A lack of larger-than-life characters that will captivate and gravitate casuals to watching this shit. Moving away from gimmicks to where now wrestlers just come out just plain Jane being themselves with no personality and expect to get over with their work rate in the ring just because they could do a fucking 450 splash or a fucking, was a 620 fucking senton. Like, who gives a fuck? Biggest draws in wrestling never had to do a fucking 450 splash. And that's a fact. Let me stop, but let me play the clip of Roman Reigns talking about the current WWE landscape here in 2026. Oh, real quick before I forget, like earlier, because I didn't watch the whole shit, because he's on there talking about football. I give 2 fucks about that. And he was talking about like Brock Lesnar, like instead of Brock Lesnar showing up to Raw or SmackDown, announcing he's gonna be in the Rumble. He did it via Skype on the Pat McAfee show. How fucking lazy is that? Ridiculous. They were talking about that, and then Roman was talking about the vision, the lack of, you know, and how fucking jobberific that group is. Alright, and that Bronson Reed's confused, and Logan Paul has potential, and Braun Breaker, hell of an athlete, right? But don't be scared when you're in front of the cameras. And drink some water before you go out there so your voice doesn't crack. That's basically what they were talking about. So let's hear from Roman Reigns what he has to say.
I think, you know, I mean, there's always a mindset of that, you know, but to be completely honest and transparent here, you know, 2 years ago, it all changed around, and you know, what I've been doing out there hasn't exactly been the same of what I've done before. And the way I look at it is I'm a generous tribal chief. I give the people plenty of time. These young talent, they say we hog all the TV time. You know what I mean? They'll complain about one thing, and then I leave an opening. I give them plenty of space to create, you know, whatever type of superstardom they want. Get over, kids. Yeah. Get over. You know what I mean? And we're 2 years here now. And we haven't advanced. We haven't evolved. You know what I mean? We have great leadership. And Nick Cotton, God bless him, what a businessman. He's a genius. But we have to be able to keep up with that creatively. And that's why people like me, people who are striving to be the very best, the greatest, the GOATs, the MJs, I just can't sit around and see mediocrity. Not when I set it up for everybody to just slam it home. I mean, we're on Netflix, for crying out loud. You gotta capitalize. We got people over here playing around trying to figure it out. And I got the formula. I know how to cook it up. You know what I mean? So,
all right. It took you 8 years of consistent booking for him to finally get that recipe, that formula down packed to where we see the tribal chief, the acknowledge me. You know, it took you a minute, it took you almost a decade to get it right. Right? So it's like I get what he's saying. All right, like he's not wrong because for 2 years they haven't done shit. The last WrestleMania I was excited for was WrestleMania 39 because I already knew I was in the minority. I'll never forget this feeling. I was trying to tell people, I'm like, Roman Reigns is going to retain at WrestleMania 39. Why? Because he's creeping up on 1,000 days as champion. And when Vince hears that, it's music to his ears. Like Vince handpicked Roman to be the next guy up after Cena stepped down. He's not going to fuck that up for Cody Rhodes. And I was correct. I was like, I'll never forget that feeling, man. People talking about like, oh, you're just a hater. I mean, yeah, I do hate him. I mean, like, don't get it twisted. Like, I do fucking hate Cody Rhodes. I'm not a huge fan of Roman Reigns his damn self. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit about either two. But if I had to choose, I'm going with Roman. Easily. Like, no question. And that's what happened. And people, they're all bummed out. I was so fucking happy. I said, hallelujah, praise Jesus. God is good. You damn right he is. All right, Vince, made the right decision. Only for them to completely fuck it all up, which Vince had nothing to do with it. All right, that was all Triple H. And then we're going on to see, within the past 2 years, he hasn't done fuck all as head of creative. I'll stop right there.
It's been a tough couple of years for me, but at the same time, when you come off such a hell of a run, you got to kind of just pump the brakes for a second. I got 5 children at home. I wear, we all wear those 2 important hats, being a husband and a father. You got to be able to, click. And I've been on the road for a long time, so I needed to be able to pull back a little bit. But I'm fully capable. I'm only 40 years old. With all the tech and all the information we have now, I feel like I'm 25 years old. So I'm still good to go. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate you doing your schedule to help the other talent, not yourself. Because obviously, if you wanted to help yourself,
it's a help them help me. We're all helping each other. You know what I mean?
Of course, it's good for all parties. Because,
but like I said, you gotta get the reps. Got to get the reps.
And also, go ahead, come on.
Yeah,
that's the business. That's been the business.
Yeah. It's anytime now. You know what I mean? Like
that's been the business. That has been the business. People said it before you hit your entire thing. Cena. Hey, who? And then before that, it was obviously Rock or Austin.
Yeah, Rock, Austin.
One of them. And before that, it was, Hall and whatever. And then before that, it was, so it feels like that has always been this business, and I want to let you know the fact that you just dropped the whole I'm 40 and I still got a lot of time left. That's good news for the business.
Yes, it is.
Hey, that's good news for the business, Roman, and I like what I'm hearing out of you. It sounds like we're about to maybe go on one of these types of runs again that are going to be talked about in documentaries 20 years from now. Is that what we're feeling? Is that how the body feels? Is that how the mental kind of aligns right now?
Always capable. Always capable. You know what I mean? Like that's just built in. Just staying ready. What else am I gonna do? This is what I do. This is my livelihood. This is how I feed my children. This is how I create the abundance. So why not stay in shape? Why not stay mentally sharp and in tune with the game? This is my family's art form. That's why it's so important to me. That's why I'm not BSing when I'm talking about representing my legacy, furthering our story, taking our book to different levels and being able to create different chapters. And if I'm able to do it at the highest level, inspire my family members to follow my lead, can't nobody stop us, man. You know what I mean? To me, we're the first family of wrestling. Nobody else can't touch us.
The greatest family when it comes to pro wrestling is the McMahons. All right, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, damn it. And the legacy that he's created has enabled families like the Hart family, the Samoans, the Rhodes, all these fucking families to do what they do. The McMahons gave these people a platform to convey and express their art. So I had to clarify that real quick. But another reason I want to make this video, because I seen Roman, clearly he said he's good to go. All right, like he want to take a break. He's been at it when he was on top for 4 fucking years, damn near. It makes sense for him to take a break. And then you have Triple H.
we're gonna introduce a new phase for Roman. His story isn't over. Right? He's gonna go on to tell an even bigger story.
Oh yeah, and I forgot which post-media scrum bullshit that was, where he said that fucking stupid shit, right? They brought fucking Reigns back. He wasn't even gone fucking year. Brought it back a few months later, had a huge fucking pop, because people, I kept seeing, you know, you could go back, you think I'm bullshitting. All these people were talking about, like, when he bring back Reigns, he's gonna go on and become like a super baby face, man, like as they say, the proverbial white meat baby face, where he's like super fucking over, like on some Joe Hendry type shit. And I'm not talking that artificial Cody Rhodes type shit. I'm talking about like organically over, like L.A. Knight. Yeah. Even though I gotta be honest, like Roman did benefit from the machine pushing him for, you know, consistently for like what, since like 2015, right? For the past, you know, like we're going on 10 years now, past decade, right? And that when he won the Rumble was in 2015 in Philly, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to go from memory here, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you care, right? But word is apparently on the streets or in the trenches that Roman's upset of the way he's been utilized, or the lack of, all right? Which, and how can you blame him? You know what I mean? He's like, well, Vince, top guy.
Triple H,
you know, you're still the guy, but we're gonna focus on other people who are not nearly as good as you. You know, like Cody Rhodes, for instance. That's that mediocrity that he was talking about, because he pitched the idea of, you know, wanting to come back as a babyface. You know, he takes down Cody Rhodes. Show him there's levels to this shit, right? You know, like, you're here, but I'm above you. I've always have been and always will be. Right? Like, yeah, you call me lacking at WrestleMania 40. But the story, this whole story, has always revolved around me. Don't get it twisted. Alright? Like, my story started way before your ass fucking came through from AEW. Alright? Don't forget that. Alright? So he wanted to fucking put an end, you know, get that closure, beat fucking Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. That was his pitch. Alright? Now, it's bad enough we didn't get Roman versus Rock. Alright? Which, again, this is the same dumbass company that chose fucking Cody Rhodes over Dwayne The Rock Johnson at WrestleMania. Absolutely delusional.
Delusions!
To say the least. Alright? So, he can't get Roman. Alright? He can't get his fucking comeuppance against Rhodes. So he saddled him with fucking over-the-hill Phil here this year at WrestleMania 42. Could have easily done fucking Rhodes versus Roman last year, right? And they could have still done the heel turn for Cena. Like, hell, they could have had Cena turn heel on Roman, right? Like, he beats Roman at like fucking SummerSlam, you know, completes his mission and wants to reset the WWE and retire that championship. And he fucking leaves and does it. The GOAT actually doing GOAT shit as people proclaim he is. Or he could have had Cody Rhodes turn heel, aligns himself with The Rock. You know what I mean? And then you have Roman teaming up with Cena to take down fucking Rhodes and Dwayne. There's a lot of possibilities that they could have done. Right? But instead, they chose to turn Cena heel, goes on, beats Rhodes, only to drop the belt back to him, completely nullifying his win at WrestleMania 41. And the worst part about it is that people accept this shit. They accept this mediocrity. Like, yeah, it's okay for Cena to drop the belt to fucking Rhodes. Like, excuse me? I mean, like, if I'm not mistaken, like, Cena was 4-0 against Rhodes. Kind of like how Sami Zayn is winless against Drew McIntyre. Well, that's you damn right. That's how it should be. You look at Drew, you look at fucking Sami Zayn. You look at Rhodes, you look at Cena. Like, at least if I'm booking shit, ain't no fucking way I'm having Rhodes go over on Cena. And a clean win, too? Ugh. Like, it's sickening. Alright, but yeah, it's like, I get the frustration from Roman. And a lot of criticism towards Roman is that he's a part-timer. You know, that, let me not forget that. You know, like, oh, Roman shows up when he wants to. Well, last time I checked, he ain't the boss around there. He's the employee. Alright? TKO, you know, they're the employer. Right? If I'm not mistaken. Alright? So, Roman answers to them. So, they allow him to show up all willy-nilly where the fuck he wants to. So, the problem stems from TKO and their leadership for allowing this dude to be part-time. That's the real fucking issue, and that goes for any wrestler that's part-time or full-time. They're the ones that determine the schedule. Like with Brock Lesnar. You know, when people are talking about, like, oh, he's such a part-timer, it's like, oh, don't put the belt back on Brock. He doesn't show up. Well, whose fault is it that he doesn't show up? Whose job is it to make sure this asshole shows the fuck up and does his job? The boss. You know what I mean? Like, why are you blaming the worker and not the boss? You know what I mean? Or if you blame both, hey, then that's the right answer, really. But I just see a lot of people just blame the worker and not the boss. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Because of the lack of substance or any invigorating storylines to try to elevate new up-and-coming talent over the past 2 years, we had to revert back to Roman Reigns, who, as clear as day, he said, like, listen, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know, besides Nick Khan, great businessman, but I stepped back for these guys to get over. It's been 2 years, and nobody's gotten over, so that's why I have to come back. I have to win the Royal Rumble. I've been selected to main event WrestleMania again. And I seen that segment on Raw that everybody was glazing the fuck out of, which it was decent. Alright, don't get me wrong, like, they got some good jabs in there between both men. Alright, well, one thing I had to say was Punk was looking at Roman talking about how, like, yeah, you're a champion longer than I was, but that doesn't mean that it was better than me. I'm over here like, what the fuck's he talking about? Like, his reign was absolutely better than CM Punk's. Alright, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm like, you couldn't even main event WrestleMania 28. You know, like, you put your belt on the line against Jericho. But the main event was the so-called once-in-a-lifetime match between John Cena versus The Rock. So even when you were supposedly the top guy, you really weren't. With Roman, there is no mistake about it. He was the top guy. That's the difference. Talking about his reign was better. Man, get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. As far as what I want to see when, I mean, it's like, I don't give a fuck about either one, to be honest. I mean, but if I had to choose, I guess Roman. Why? Because at least, you know, he's 40 and not washed like CM Punk is. When I watch him wrestle, it's rough. I mean, like, depending on who he's in the ring with, I mean, like that match I guess he had with Gunther, people were saying that shit was garbage, and people were saying his match with AJ was great. Well, that's because of AJ. I mean, like, or Finn Balor, because it's Finn Balor. You know what I mean? Like, these are great workers. You know what I mean? But Phil, over the hill Phil, is washed the fuck up. Alright? He shouldn't be champion. So, by default, I had to go with Roman. You know what I mean? Just straight up. I'm not expecting much because with this current administration, champions don't wrestle. Right? People were talking about Jade Cargill not defending her belt, you know, and it's been like, what, 90 days or some shit? I'm like, you still got the belt on fucking Dominic Mysterio, who was injured. Like, the fuck is that? And like, not only is he the Intercontinental Champion, he's still the AAA World Champion. If he's injured and he can't defend his belt, then why is he not stripped of those belts? I don't understand. What are we doing here? The days of champions actually coming through, feeling like they're the champion and like wrestling, if not defending their belts, you know, like more often than fucking once every fucking 3 months. You know what I mean? Those days are gone, buddy. Like, we see here, they're completely content with less means more while charging you double the price. Fucking crazy. What do I know? I do know that they ain't getting my money. that's for damn sure. All right, I have no problem supporting wrestling companies that do good, that have a good product. I for damn sure cannot say that about the WWE. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done with the video. Like, I don't care what else Roman or Pat McAfee has to say, but he is correct. 2 years I've done shit. That's why I got to go back to Roman to fucking main event another WrestleMania, because I don't build anybody up. Because the sheer incompetence of people like Triple H, Road Dogg, Bruce Pritchard, Michael Piece of Shit Hayes, and that whole writing team, all of them need to be held accountable. But that's just me, alright? Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Do you agree with Roman? Do you think that, you know, he's justified in coming back and winning the Rumble and going on a main event, WrestleMania, more so than fucking Hulk Hogan? Or do you think that someone else should have won the Royal Rumble this year? At least that way they could try to make an attempt to build somebody up for WrestleMania 42. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know. Alright? But what's enough for you guys' time for right now. So with that said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you, yours, your loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty. But most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Right? What I got coming up this weekend, I got give a shout out to Big E. As of now, he is officially retired. So I'm paying my respects to that man. I don't think there's any PLEs or pay-per-views this weekend. I hope not. Alright? Gonna try to sit down and watch season 2 of WWE's Unreal. Alright? See people still talking about that shit and comments that was made on it. So I haven't watched it yet. So I'm trying to sit down and watch, I think it's like 5 episodes, and I'll break it down Barney style here on the channel for you guys. Alright? I'm trying to get back to NWA. Alright? I know I keep saying that. I've been saying that for like fucking a month and a half now. Alright, I apologize, man. I really do, because I like the NWA. I haven't had time to, like, I haven't watched any of the recent episodes. None. So I gotta, when I'm watching this shit and I break it down and do the reviews, I'm watching this shit for the first time. Alright? So I'll try to get back into that shit. Alright? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. Alright, I'll be back later, but until then, adios.